Hello, everybody. We're back again with another episode. Sorry. So we missed an episode last time, so we're gonna be,
Again,
yeah, again.
again.
Uh, we're gonna be doing three games today. Osasuna, Elche, and Elche, Shakhtar, and we're gonna be previewing next game against Rayo. So, you know, pretty decent, semi decent performances. I guess,
Mhm.
against Elche, it was pretty good, but we did concede that one goal, couldn't keep a clean sheet, mostly because of, well, not mostly, because of Casemiro's blunder in the end, and yeah, there was another 2-1 game against Shakhtar yesterday, and there
2-0.
Benzema scored a thousandth UCL goal over Real Madrid, a milestone. Then
Yeah.
he added 1,001,
Nice.
1,001st. I'm sorry, and that game was sort of a roller coaster. It had its ups and downs, but someone mentioned in the match thread, I think, that this
Mhm.
shows our class. Like, basically, for a long part of the game, Shakhtar was playing better, but then we still managed to turn around, and we were the ones that scored, even though, judging by the performance, probably Shakhtar should have scored, you know.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's talk about Elche first. Vinicius double, another Vinicius double. Uh,
Again, clutch.
he's
Finishes.
he's on fire right now. He's playing great. Not good enough for a national team though.
It's a
Can
Nah,
blessing,
man, the
though.
national team, there's a bias there, man. I think it's not about that actually. I think there's a bias in the national team actually, because like Vini, like is like literally as good as I don't know. Okay, let's not say as good as anyone, but like he's like good enough to get into that team, man. Literally, really. But actually, also like one thing I also like do feel like sometimes for national teams like you built like how can I say like it's just like the Benzema situation. Like he couldn't get into France because like okay, obviously he's way better than Giroud, but like they've already built like a chemistry there. So maybe the coach doesn't want
Yeah.
to break up the chemistry and something like this. Like really, like Richarlison has been good, but the point is like
Mhm.
Rafinha from Leeds also gets actually during the last international play break, he played a lot for Brazil. And I'm wondering like why is Vini not getting that chance as well, man? It's interesting.
Tite said that he has three players for a left winger, and he wants to rotate and this and that. But I don't think there's a viable reason why you would leave out Vinicius. He's in peak of his form right now. He has more goals than he has had for Real Madrid, basically, since he's been here, not counting this season, obviously. And he's one of he's he. I just read today that he has sixth most goal contributions this season. In Europe, ahead are only Benzema, Salah, Sane, Lewandowski, Muller, I think, and somebody else. Uh, and neither are Messi and Ronaldo, I'm pretty sure.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
just let's rotate right now. Let's not call Vinicius up.
The thing
But
is,
it's a good thing for us, I guess, and for
it's
Vinicius, because
definitely a good thing.
he's gonna have rest and come back in a even better form, probably after
Mm.
the international break, because we have a game against Rayo on 7th of November, and the next game is on 21st. So that gives him
Yeah.
exactly 2 weeks to just take a rest, because he's
wind
been
down
playing
him,
like
basically.
pretty much every minute of every game. Like he was substituted against uh Elche like last few minutes, I think. Was it against Elche?
Yeah, in the match
Maybe.
Yeah,
against
yeah,
us, they
yeah.
got
When
something
he
after the
starts
double.
when he started to waste time, and then everyone thought he was injured, but he was just wasting time. Um, yeah, that game we lost Rodrigo, and
Against Elche, right? Yeah.
yeah. Uh, how long is he out for? I did not see that post anywhere. Do you guys
They
know?
say he'll be back after the international break,
Ah,
basically.
oh, that's good. Isn't Valverde supposed to be? Wasn't Valverde supposed to be back against Shakhtar? Like they said 10 days, but I think it's been more than 10 days. At least Valverde will be back after the international break as well. One thing though,
Yeah.
Valverde has kind of been picking up injuries. You know, last season he was injured like half the season. You know,
Yeah.
it's a minor injury, and we also when he got injured, then it was like not like how Hazard or Carvajal gets injured like constantly out of nowhere. Uh, you know, we saw the contact; it was pretty rough, and he got injured because of that. But you know, it's still kind of worrying.
I feel like Valverde gets injured because he is much more robust. He is the
Hmm.
only live wire from midfield, and
Yeah.
people just seem to panic when they see him running at them, and then they just commit. That's how he gets injured, I feel like. And we should probably take more precaution while bringing him back. Like we should ease him in instead of like throwing him. Like even if it's a substitute appearance, like 15 minutes here and there, like I don't think it's the best way to
E- yeah,
go
but
around it.
like if we play, let's say, to ease him in, we have to play Modric, Kroos, and Casemiro again. And do we
Mm.
risk injuring them? You know, and I got into an argument with a guy on Reddit today about Camavinga because I was saying
Okay.
if he continues like this, we cannot start Camavinga because he's
No.
basically like a starting substitute because he just kind of forces Ancelotti's
The
hands
sub.
to sub him out because
Yeah.
he not only does he get a very early yellow, and he's done that like two
Yeah.
three times already, and that's pretty much how much he has played,
Oh,
and a very early
Farouk?
Yeah, I'm here.
yeah
Nodo is gone.
Yeah,
what
I guess so.
what hello hello okay so anyways what I was saying uh Kamavinga picks up a very early card, and not
Yeah.
only like you know when you get a yellow card, you know it
Mm.
happens, right? Everyone gets a yellow card.
Yeah.
But after that, you start
Mm.
to become cautious. You don't go for
Yeah.
like rough tackles. You know, you
Mm.
try not to be aggressive. Kamavinga just doubles down, becomes even more aggressive because he's pissed that he got a yellow card or something. I don't know, but you know
Mm.
he's when he has a yellow card, he's not to be trusted because he may leave us with 10 men, and
Yeah.
that would be bad. You know he's a great talent. You know I love the way he plays,
Hmm.
but he
Like,
needs to calm down, man.
I know. So can you guys do me a favor? Like, can you just refresh my memory? Like, when did he get a yellow? Like, it was against Elche, right? The early yellow, or
Was
was it
it? I
against
don't think it
Shakhtar?
was. I think it was
It
before
wasn't against
Elche
Shakhtar, was it?
against Osasuna.
It's
I
also Suna,
think.
I think, right? Yeah, I think it was also Suna game. I'm
Let
not
me
sure
check.
exactly.
It was yep, 28 minute against Osasuna. Then he started picking up more fouls, and you know,
Mm.
when the second half started, Rodrigo came on instantly. We did not get
Yeah.
to see Camavinga in the second half, and that was a correct decision by Carlo because Camavinga was about to get tossed by the referee because
Yeah.
you know he was way too rough, and you know
Mm.
we that game ended a 0-0 draw,
Yeah.
and you know, it was partially like Camavinga is partially to blame there because you know,
The thing is, I like, in my opinion, I want to make a case for Kamavinga. What I felt like was, yeah, he is indisciplined to a certain extent, but man, like watching a midfield press or try to press, it's appalling, man. Like
yeah,
they need to step up. They need to step up. When you're surrounded by guys who are just floating in half spaces, doing nothing, you just tend to lunge in. I would have done the same thing if I was that inexperienced. Like, to be honest, like he needs to be polished a lot.
I think that's the key point there, like inexperience.
yeah,
Like Kamavinga, like might be good for the like with time,
mm-hmm.
but like
Yeah.
he's so inexperienced because we also remember like when Casemiro first came along, man. Like I
Mm.
literally thought like Casemiro would never play for real. Like I never thought
Yeah.
like he could make it, but like this is Casemiro. You understand, like one of the best stoppers in world football. So this is just it. He's just so young. I get what Nando is saying. Like it's for sure. We need to. I don't know, man. Also, I can't trust him really. For me, also, I feel like I can't trust him. But like, I get what Sonny is saying. Like, having runners, people with legs, just people who can actually run, even if they're
Yeah,
stupid
no,
runners,
like
man. Like,
I love
something-
when I look at Camavinga, while he's playing, and I love the way he does most things. But whenever he's running at at an opponent who has the ball, I get
Mm.
scared.
Yeah.
And he should learn tackling from Casemiro because Casemiro is a great tackler, and whenever he fails a tackle and yeah, and goes straight for the legs, he somehow still avoids getting carded. He should learn that from
Yeah.
Casemiro. Like Casemiro
Casemiro
evades
is a
like red
master.
cards somehow, and like first
Yeah.
game I saw Casemiro play, I remember like he got so many fouls. He still was
Mm.
not sent off. He knows some secret that other players don't, and he should learn that from
He's
Casemiro.
even Casemiro, like he was thrown into the deep end like
Mm-hmm.
at the beginning of Zidane's tenure. Like he had to adapt a lot. But to be fair, he was in his early 20s, right?
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah.
should have been like
Upon
23.
of
He
that,
was
actually,
even
what
older
happens is this,
than
like,
Camavinga, I think.
actually, before even like it was actually by Benitez. Like, also we should remember that like he played a whole season in Portugal with Porto. Like
Yeah, yeah.
literally started almost
I,
every game they played in the Champions League. I know I'm not
yeah.
mistaken. Like they went like up to a round of 16 quarterfinals. I'm not sure what happened with Porto
Mm,
that season, but like he played a lot and he got a lot of experience there. And then
yeah.
came back and he started with Rafa Benitez, and Benitez left and Zidane integrated him into the
Uh,
team.
Farouk,
Yeah.
by the way, we have an unwritten rule on this podcast. We don't talk about Benitez.
He was a youth coach and whatnot. He's a part of Real Madrid.
Yeah, he was a senior team coach as well. If you want to say that. If you can, I
I
don't think
wouldn't
you
have
can.
known.
Actually, I read like okay. Let's go back to our injury discussion. I read something last week and I was like kind of pissed. Like like the I can't remember who the Wales coach is, but he was like saying like Bale
Yeah.
is good to go to get the 100 cap. And I'm like, for real, like this guy hasn't played since September. We're in November, and like we haven't even seen anything about him. And they already
Yeah.
called Bale up to get this 100 cap. Like
Honest,
this is so really uncalled for, and it's totally unfair to us, really.
from time to time, I kind of forget that Bale plays for us. Honestly, like
Bro,
I have to be
better than
reminded.
Hazard.
Oh yeah,
Better
for
than
sure.
Hazard. Better than Hazard.
Bale's a legend, Yeah, his second half of the Real Madrid stint is not that good, even though he did score, two goals in the
The thing
final.
is,
But
why
he's still a legend.
like, you guys should actually take into account like he just gets called up because he wants to play. It's a huge thing for him, like to represent Wales. Like he would just
And
do anything. So that's the reason why,
even an out of
basically.
shape Bale, I think is better
Better
than
than Hazard. Bro.
Hazard,
Better than
obviously,
Hazard.
but anybody that Wales has on Bale's position, or like
Yeah,
I don't know, like I
he's
don't
the talisman.
know Wales' squad that well, but I think, from what I know, Bale, even coming back from an injury, is better than
Yeah.
anybody they have. I mean, didn't he play score a hat trick in the last game he played, and the last game he played was for Wales.
The
Yeah.
point is not about, like obviously he is the best player in Wales, irrespective of he's injured, he has one leg, he's blind, whatever. He's still gonna be the best player there. So the point is just this, like it's like he's been out since September and he hasn't even played. We don't even know what's happening. We just only saw this week that Bale is back in training. And then even before this week, they've already called up Bale to the Wales national team. Like
Oh
it's
yeah.
quite interesting, like
Yes, I
really
know.
how I don't know, man. Like actually, this is sometimes why I feel like well, but maybe for them it's a big deal because like Wales doesn't have like such a illustrious like uh career, like such a illustrious history in football. I would say like in international football because I think they qualified for Euro 2016, and before that, like I could remember even Ryan Giggs had
Euro
not played any
2016, they got to the semis,
international.
bro.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, I remember, like, even like Ryan Giggs had not played any international competition until the Olympics 2012. Like, other than that, like, you could see, like, so they actually like their football team is shit. So I can understand them calling up, but like, I just feel like, wow, where, where is the limit for this national team versus club? Like, who says no? Like, or when do you
Yeah.
have a chance to say no to these things, man? It is what it is.
Mm.
I don't know. It is weird.
Uh,
Anyways, like let me ask something if you guys don't mind, if you guys don't have a question.
Go ahead.
So what do you guys think? La Liga or Champions League? Which one do we have a better chance? Like keeping in mind, you can see like yesterday Liverpool literally like obliterated like Atleti, and you could see City scoring 4 goals, Bayern being Bayern Munich, and Paris literally being shit. I don't know, man. I just feel like there's like I feel maybe we can't win the two because our squad is not that deep, but I feel like with one of them we can go
La
further.
Liga, maybe. Definitely not the Champions League.
yeah,
Nowhere
I
near
agree.
good enough. Nowhere near. Nowhere near.
But
The standards are so high, they are so low, bro.
But
Especially in
then
the
we did
midfield.
think that last season as well, and we did reach semifinals, and I think we're better this season. Even
I don't
by,
think we
but
get it.
that does not mean that when you're better like next season, it doesn't mean that you're gonna be successful in a uh, certain championship. But
Mm.
yeah, many people think we are not as we are worse than we were last season, but I don't.
I think so.
I do not think
I
so
think so.
because last season we could not score. We could not score a goal. Like, and the games were so dull. Like, watching it was a chore because we couldn't score a goal. We couldn't score goals at all. And this time we
Mm.
are. This time we're really good at scoring goals. Even though like we're basically just using two attackers.
Relying on two players, bro. Relying on two players. If Vinicius and Benzema doesn't turn up, our attack is gone.
Mm.
okay, this is a very valid point. Now, take away Mohamed Salah from Liverpool, take away Lewandowski from Bayern Munich. Literally, like for PSG, like literally all three Mbappe, Neymar, and Messi are shit together. I don't feel these players can play together. You understand? And then go to Man City. Man City, like it seems like they need to create a chance to have an empty net before they can score.
Bro, Man
You get so
City.
I feel like, yeah,
Man City will always find a way to bottle Champions League. That's one.
Yeah.
And second, PSG at the start of the season was probably the team that everybody feared. Even Bayern flares on the soccer subreddit were like, "Oh my God, we don't want to face PSG," and Bayern is such a powerhouse right now. Even they did not want to face PSG, and they are just subpar. I think we have a fair chance to defeat PSG. Honestly, like
nah, I feel like
they are
PSG is
just
gonna be too
underperforming.
motivated to defeat us, man. Like there's gonna be like a personal, with I don't know, with Messi, Neymar, and Sergio, like also Ramos there to like, no man, you guys pushed me out. I'm here to, maybe eventually I think we can defeat them. But actually, really, like I feel like for Paris, I think maybe it's like a tactical dilemma to fit these three players together, really.
You guys should see before we go overboard. You guys should take into account how last season panned out. We got a Liverpool team on their knees, guys, on their knees. Someone with a proper game plan with a proper game plan. Like, did you see how we managed against Chelsea? Even though Benzema got a goal, even though we looked like we might have a chance, it was only because Zidane was a bit more pragmatic. He knew what he had to do. He knew, like, unless we shut up shop and try to be steady at the back, we won't stand a chance. This season, defensively, we are shit.
Hmm.
I don't care I don't care no matter what you guys think or what anybody thinks. Defensively, we are a shambles. Like we just like I don't know, man. Like, see, defensively, like how we set up defensively is not the question. The first step of defending a counter or a chance or a play is how you press, man. Like, our press is bad. What do you guys think? I don't
Yeah,
think we have this.
actually last season I felt like like the shouts Kante had for Ballon d'Or actually got it in the game against Real Madrid. Because like Kante like became, I don't know, okay, he's a very good player, we can't deny that he's a world class player, but like he's not been very good like for the past 2 years. But like in the
Yeah.
match against us, like he got like this old man like Modric and Cruz. Okay, Cruz is not that old actually, but like he just he became like the monster he was against these guys again. And actually, to your point, Sunay, like what happened is that I agree with you. Like against Chelsea, like we were like utter shit, like, and we literally were hanging by the thread. But like, if you can recall, there was a save in the second leg that Mendy made from Benzema.
Yeah, I
Like that
remember.
was like a world
But
class
then,
save. Remove that save,
but
and most likely we were in the final.
bro, that's the thing, man. We rely on one-off moments. One-off moments will get you over the line if you have Cristiano Ronaldo on
But
your
then
side
now you should
or
remember
Lionel
this.
Messi.
Vini is playing like a man who is possessed. If Vinicius can keep playing like this, man, I give us like a fighter's chance, man. Really, I don't know, man. I just feel like because the
See,
point is,
Vinicius is,
yeah.
yeah. No. Like, in my opinion, bro, like, Vinicius is miles ahead of where he left off last season, but he is not the guy, one chance, bang. Like, he is not the guy. He's not the guy to do that. Like,
But then
in tight
what?
games against better opposition, we might not get many chances. We had like, do you know what do you think, man? Like, when you watch us play, do you feel like we create a lot of chances or no?
I mean, a lot of chances is
At least average chances? No, mate. I don't think so. I don't think so. We struggle. We struggle a lot.
I
We
mean, let's
struggle a
check
lot. Like,
out last
I don't
few
want to.
games. I'm gonna say shots on target, right? Though
Yeah,
that's not a good. I mean, shots on
that's
target are
not a
not,
good metric.
yeah, good number, but still. Okay, against Shakhtar we had 6 shots on target. No,
Mm,
I'm not counting goal attempts, just shots on target.
yeah.
Against Elche we had 5. It's not good at all. Against Osasuna, a 0-0 game was 3 shots on goal. And against Barcelona, we had 5 shots on goal, which is
Okay,
not
what I
good.
want to point out is that for Osasuna,
Mm.
it was like we were playing against like a 10-man wall, man. We're literally not gonna play against a 10-man wall in the round of
But
16
that,
or like the quarterfinals of the Champions League.
I mean, yeah,
but that's
but
also the thing. Mm.
a
Go on,
good
go on, go on.
good team is gonna like keep us away from their goal, as good as Osasuna will, while attacking us. Osasuna
Again,
was
like
just defending, but good teams can defend exactly like that while attacking us at the same
I
time,
doubt this
Exactly.
actually.
which
I
will
feel
Great
like
get
point.
really
punished
like
for.
I don't know, like maybe you guys have seen Liverpool in the Premier League, but like Liverpool like literally are there to play like a basketball game. Literally.
Yeah. End to
This is
end,
just
end to
it.
end, end to end.
Liverpool are there to play a basketball game. Okay, I think other than Bayern and maybe Chelsea, I
Mm.
just feel like we have because like you can see even this season, like the Ruben Diaz, Laporte, and Stones partnership, it's not as good as it was. Like
No,
they're just making mistakes like this, and like
it
Van Dijk
ain't.
is not yet back to his level yet. And already
Mm.
Paris is like I don't know what Paris is really, and then it's just Bayern and Chelsea really. And like I don't know, I couldn't figure Chelsea out. Like are they a defensive team? Are they a counter-attacking team? No, I don't know, man. I
The
don't know
thing
where
is,
they are, but they're just a
Chelsea's
solid team. That's just
everything,
it.
man.
Chelsea
They
is a
are
solid team.
really good right now. They're really, really good.
they're just really solid. Set up not to lose first.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
By
They
the
don't
way,
want to lose.
I have one question. Yeah, yesterday we when we were playing Shakhtar, we only used
Yeah.
two substitutions, and this is not. I'm not asking. I'm not talking about.
Why?
How, Carlo didn't rotate or anything. I have a question. When Carlo used when like we needed to
Mm.
bring on Camavinga. I was saying Camavinga for Modric at least. The commentator said that Carlo Ancelotti only has one pause left. So if he wants to use all three substitutes, he needs to do it
Mm.
in one go.
One
And
go.
is
Yeah.
like I did not know about that rule. Like, is there a certain amount of pauses that
Yeah. There is. There is.
I had no
Like
idea.
Like,
we
This
have
is the
five
first time.
substitutions, right? So you can make a substitution during halftime, it doesn't count.
Uh huh.
Other than that, you can only do substitution 3 times because like that's what was legally allowed. Like
Oh,
you can only make 3 subs, but like the extra two is just because of COVID and people get tired
yeah.
and shit like that. So
Okay.
like that's how it's
Yeah,
structured.
I did not know about that. Okay. Uh, well, while we're at Shakhtar game, I wanna shit on Jovic some more.
Actually, I was gonna say that before you
wait,
go
wait,
to
wait, wait,
Shakhtar,
wait, wait.
let's go back to the
Wait, one
Elche.
second. Hold your horses, boys. Like before we get to your, which is the obvious thing, you know. Can you guys, since you mentioned substitutions, no, can you guys tell me why Carlo is like going back to his old methods?
Uh,
This this cost him his job, man. This cost him his job last time he was here.
I would
He
say
doesn't want to rotate.
he used two substitutions because he was afraid that he was gonna bring someone on who is maybe not reliable. Like I guess Camavinga, Camavinga is good, but he's not as reliable as Kroos and Modric. But the point is, like, he was scared that if I bring on Camavinga, what if he messes up and then Shakhtar equalize, or what if I bring on Hazard and our attack gets
Mm.
even worse because I substituted off Benzema, and he was basically just anxious to make a substitution, even though like I was just screaming like Modric is tired, bring on Camavinga.
That's a fair point, man. You're at home, you're 2-0 up against fucking Shakhtar, bro.
2-1.
Like, no disrespect, it's Shakhtar. 2-0 up.
2-1.
You
2-1.
need to save these man. Like, I don't know, like, see, once January hits, okay, or February hits, I'll guarantee you that people will start dropping like flies.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, if it happened
Like
before, it'll happen
same as
again.
last season.
And we need the points, man, for sure. Like what Nando said, 100% same, man. It's just that really, I actually didn't feel the need to substitute these guys because the point is like 100% when you're like 2-1, 2-1 up, at the Bernabeu, and like even at the halftime you were booed off and like you aren't playing very good. Like I just felt like there was no need to risk anything, and I felt the only reason why even he removed Carvajal was because like Carvajal is injury prone,
Yeah.
just to bring someone who's not gonna get injured. And
And
Benzema also just came back from injury as well.
yeah,
Really, there was no need. Try the tested and trusted method was just the way forward, man. That
Benzema
was just what
also, like, when cameras panned on him, he did the substitution gesture, and I don't know if he asked to be substituted or like Ancelotti was like, I'm gonna substitute you, and he's like, you substituting me? Like,
No. He wanted to be because I saw ice on his thighs, like when he went back to the sidelines. Like there was an ice pack on his thighs. So
oh no,
yeah,
oh no.
yeah. Like he
no,
said,
because
it's a small knock. Like he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Hope so.
like looking even at the substitute, like where are the subs? I think it was Isco, Asensio, Hazard, Marcelo. Like
Ihu?
for God's sake, like which of these guys like oozes confidence? Like gives you confidence, man. Literally
Nobody needs
none
to
of
give you
them.
confidence, bro. Nobody needs to give you confidence, but the coach is the one who should give the players the confidence to believe in them. Bro, they are a Real Madrid for a reason, right? Like it's a 2-0 lead at home.
2-1,
Like
man,
you
not
should trust
2-0.
them. Sorry, what?
It was 2-1, not 2-0.
Sorry, my bad. 2-1. So like they need to have like a certain amount of trust, right? Like to like you can see the game out like in some manner. Just like see the game out, man. Like gamesmanship, game management, simple stuff. Like unless we preserve these guys like Cruz, Modric, and Casemiro, when we go into the crunch period, man, like we won't have these guys to carry us anymore. Like
Just like
that's
last
what I
season
feel.
against Chelsea.
Yeah,
The guys were like so tired, and it was so obvious. The match against Chelsea was like it was really bad to watch for Luka Modric, man. The man was like you could see he's like physically tired. He couldn't do it anymore. Or like we had no one else. Yeah,
Modric is
man.
the most affected because his energy is what drives our midfield. Cruz
Exactly.
can't drive the ball. Casemiro is running into half spaces to receive the ball, not drive at people. Modric is the only guy who takes on man. So you know what it is, bro. It's just mad.
Like
And
really, I
also,
just feel like we have a lot of players, but like they're all trash. Like it's like Isco, Asensio. I don't know, man. Really, I've given up on Asensio. Really, Isco, Asensio. The Vallejo, Marcelo, Hazard, Ljovic. I don't know if we can just pile them up into one player and just give it to someone, man,
Yeah,
and get a better team.
but bro, I prefer to play with 7 men than rather
Mhm.
have Jovic on field. I just,
Okay.
Actually, maybe you guys could recall, like I think 2 episodes ago, like I was saying, like why is Jovic not getting take game time? I don't know, maybe you guys can recall this. And then like I saw the like lists of the players against Elche, and I was like, Mariano is in and Jovic is not in. And I was like, for sure, like it's well, actually, Nondo said something about like training and something like it's like he's not doing enough, he's not hardworking and shit like that. And then for sure, I was just thinking in my mind, like, what on earth, like, have you done that Mariano gets to start over you, man? Like,
yeah, I mean,
I
I
feel
could
like
start over Mariano.
that really exactly my reaction is I was like, if I
I'm
were a football
joking.
player, I'm sure I would choose start over Mariano.
Uh,
put some respect in Mariano, bro. Put some respect.
yesterday, Casemiro gets the ball, and
Yeah.
he's running, and then he gets a defender,
I
and
know. Man.
and he wants to pass to Jovic, and Jovic is like, where do I go? What do I do now? And you know what he does? He decides to do this. He finds the nearest defender and hides behind him so Casemiro cannot pass to him physically. So he forces Casemiro to lose the ball. Like, bro, what are you doing? Are
Yeah.
you absolutely dumb? Just open up. It's not hard. Shakhtar has no motivation. They're tired. They're not gonna chase after you. Just go over there. Open up so he can pass. Nope. I'm just gonna hide behind the defender. And that's not something that like he has done
What's
one time. He always does that. Whenever he needs to get the ball, he hides behind the defenders. Always.
like? I don't know if you guys have played football in real life. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I've played a bit, but like, I play FIFA a lot. So, like pro clubs especially. So the basics, and when your teammate has the ball, there's two options. Okay, very basic. Like any schoolboy would know this. One is to come short. One is to run in behind. Jovic, a 60 million signing, who scored ton share of goals for Frankfurt. He doesn't know what to do. He's thinking, what should I do next? Like, that sums him up, bro. Like, that simple decision making, if he can't manage to wrap his head around that, I don't know how he's gonna gel into a team that plays intricate stuff like Real Madrid. Like, he would work for Stoke City, Stoke City, simple crosses into the box, and he might get a couple of goals. But apart from that, I don't see him working at any top level club, bro. Like, I have nothing against him. I wanted him to succeed. He seemed, at least from his appearance, like a silent fucking assassin and whatnot. But he's just absolutely not cut it. Like, not cut for the creme de la creme, the very top footballing clubs, in my opinion. Like, so
Bro,
And there's this thing. Maybe it's not important, but like, I just feel like he has this "I don't care" attitude. Like, fuck shit, I'm gonna end my money irrespective of what happens. And like that really pisses me off. Man. I know maybe it's not important, like because not everyone has to have that fighting, like that
yeah.
aggressive nature. But I just feel like he's just moving around, like just whatever happens happens. It's not my
Look at
problem.
Mariano, bro. Look at Mariano. Like, what does he have? Like, see, I can empathize with players who have credits in the bank, by which I mean they have good performances to fall back on for a shit performance. But what does Mariano have? Look at him giving everything, everything, every inch. He harries defenders, runs into empty spaces, comes short to link up. Jovic can't do any of this, bro. Like, how is that even possible?
I have only one good thing to say about Jovic.
No, but before you say, let me say this. You said we should remind you about what the commentator said about Mariano or the shot against Elche.
Oh yeah, I will say, I will say. But before that, you know,
Faru.
Jovic, good one, good thing. Thanks, Farouk. One thing I have that is good about to say about Jovic is that he's pretty good in FIFA 20. I haven't used him
Yeah.
in FIFA
Oh my God,
21,
I
but in
remember.
FIFA 20 he's really, really
He
good.
was good. He was my starting La Liga striker, man. Like, he bagged like 60, 70 odd goals for me. I remember. I
Yeah,
remember.
he was good in FIFA 20. I haven't used him in 21, and I don't have FIFA 20, 22 yet. I'm
Mm.
about to get it, but yeah, about Mariano. So you know, we all remember that attempt by Mariano in the end, where he didn't pass to Hazard and he just did a horrible shot. You know, so he's running, and commentators are like, "Oh, Mariano, is he gonna pass to Hazard?" And then he does whatever he did, and like, there are two commentators. One of them asks,
Yeah.
does Mariano not like Hazard, or why did he not pass to him? What is this? I don't think he likes Hazard." And the other commentator goes, "No, I don't think anything has to do with Hazard. I don't think Mariano likes himself, because after this attempt, no one will be ever starting him again." And that makes it so much sense. Like, you know,
Oh,
people try to
God.
justify Mariano by saying, you know, Hazard wasn't fast enough. Maybe he didn't see Hazard because he was just jogging, which is, you know, kind of makes sense. But you know, one thing to note is actually Mariano managed to go in between these defenders. Had he gotten that shot on target, it would have been an amazing attempt. An amazing
Yeah.
attempt. But
Mm.
as a striker, as a professional striker who plays for the biggest club in the world, how do you like how do you shoot like that after, you know, he practically, like, not fully dribbles, but like goes between two defenders, and then he
Mm.
sends the ball towards the corner flag.
I think it was
I
Yeah.
a
mean,
throw in, right?
if he had scored that, that would have
Was
been
it the throw in?
so good.
Really, man. I
Was it
don't
the
know,
throw
man. The guy has
in?
confidence, man. Like, really, the confidence
I
he
don't think
has.
he
Like, if only
does.
he had the talent to
I
match the confidence, man.
I don't think he does. I mean, I think whenever he gets past like a defender or something, he's like, "What now? I didn't think I'd get this far." I think that's
Yeah, yeah.
Mariano more than like.
Yes.
I don't think he has
But
confidence at all.
he has the leap of faith, right?
Yeah,
Like, he
yeah, yeah,
takes a
yeah,
leap of faith.
yeah,
He
yeah,
does.
definitely.
Which Jovic can't. Ever. 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 So,
Yeah, that's the thing about Mario. Like, you can never like criticize like his, his intention, like his work rate. He's just gonna do what he can do. But this is
Yeah.
his limit, unfortunately. Like similar to the guy you don't like, also Lucas
That
Vazquez.
assist though, damn.
oh my God,
Oh
yeah.
wow,
Yeah.
And
wow,
one
It was
thing,
wow.
like, I play a manager mode in FIFA, and I play
Yeah.
with Salford City, which is a League Two
Mm.
team, and I managed to go to Championship. I saved up enough money to buy Mariano because I couldn't afford a better striker. So
Mm.
today, like a few hours ago, I was playing, and like Mariano got exactly the same assist there as against Elche. That
Oh,
assist was really good, especially
yeah.
for Mariano
Yeah.
standards. Like
That's why I
I
can hate him
love back
outside.
heel. I just love back heel hits. You know,
Yeah.
what yesterday, the one Casemiro did. Oh, Oof.
Yeah, because that was a brilliant piece of play. Like,
Oh my god,
Really,
yeah.
the
I'm
goal.
pretty
Yeah.
sure it was just recreated from the training session. Like
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
perfect link up.
One thing
They
that
knew.
made me sad about that goal is that wasn't the 1,000th goal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the 1,000 goal, bro. How hard Vinicius worked to get that back, and
I
lay it on a
mean,
plate
it was kind
for
of
Benzema.
gifted.
It was kind of gifted,
Yeah,
but you just need to you still need to press
yeah,
and
yeah.
win back the
Obviously,
ball.
like
Precisely.
Vinicius does everything. He presses, he dribbles, he now shoots and scores. He goes back to
Yeah.
defense really well. His defensive
Mm. But
contributions are just top notch.
I'm still not impressed by his shooting, to be honest. Like, yeah, he had scored a few good goals this season, but I don't know if it was down to fatigue, but especially yesterday towards the latter stage of the match, like he got a few very good chances which he couldn't capitalize on. Like,
Yeah, I think he was tired yesterday. Like not just the shots,
mm,
his dribbling was off. He couldn't get past
Yes.
defenders,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
that's like what Vinicius has been like. The only thing he has been doing consistently since
Mm,
he has come to Real Madrid is he goes past
Yeah. People.
different
Yeah. He goes.
people like really easily, two, three people even. And
Mm.
yesterday, especially in the second half, he could not get past anyone. Like one time I remember that happened was against Skriniar. He like until like the end of the game he couldn't go past Skriniar, but that's because Skriniar was brilliant. The Shakhtar defense wasn't good. Just I think just Vinicius was really tired, so he couldn't dribble the way he had to dribble.
mm. Yeah. Vinicius. That's the thing, man. Carlo, like I remember, this is like I'm watching, a retelecast or a previous simulation of some shitty soap opera that I've watched before. Because I was here, bro, well and truly alive, watching Real Madrid back in 2015, and it's the same way it's unfolding. We were top of La Liga with, I think back then, a record consecutive win streak or unbeaten streak or some
Two
shit,
matches,
and
22 consecutive games victories.
yeah.
We had 22 consecutive wins. Yeah.
And then how the whales
And
blew
then shit
off.
happened. And then
We,
people
we
started dropping like flies, as you said.
sorry,
I
what was that?
remember then it was Chicharito who was even in the quarterfinals against I think was it quarters or semis against Atletico.
Quarters against
It was
Atleti.
even Chicharito was the striker. Then even we had no striker to field.
Yeah, Chicharito was good, man. He was good.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
was
he
good.
was. He was definitely like not to shit
Got a
on
few
him.
bangers, I remember. But yeah, back to the point. Like Carlo needs to rotate. He needs to take the gamble and rotate. Like even if we drop a few points in La Liga during the crunch period, we will have our best players to do the job. Like I can't imagine without Vinicius and Benzema. Where do you see the goals coming from? Give me one player who's going to bag you a goal.
Hazard, Jovic, Mariano.
Perfect trio, man. The
That
perfect
was
trio.
three, man.
The perfect trio. But actually, back to like Carlos, like I don't know, maybe you can remember also, like Carlo, I think, won two Champions Leagues at Milan, and he won just
Yeah,
one league, I think, in 4 seasons or something. It's like also
that's
similar in
because he
Chelsea. I think
doesn't
he
rotate.
won two FA Cups and he had just one Premier League. And this is the thing with him actually. Always like he doesn't know how to, like, he has just like a group of like 13 or 14 players that he trusts totally, and he keeps on
Mm.
playing them till they break down. He keeps on playing them till they break down. So this is like that as you rightly point out, this is a thing with him actually. He doesn't know how to. I think he's more of a cup coach. That's why I feel like maybe this season really I'm really optimistic about the Champions League. So personally,
Champions League, yeah, but man, like our midfield, I'm wary of our midfield, man. Like we can't press to save our lives, and unless and until we find a solution to how to press, I don't think we stand a chance, especially against the better sides. It's just I don't see any signs. Like I wouldn't be shitting on my own team for no reason, right? Like if they gave me signs of promise, I would be really happy, but not so far.
But what about
Not so.
playing? Like I don't know, man. I just feel like if we could get like Garrett Bill back, like these days he's just like he's a workhorse. Like he's not that creative. He's not that stuff. But like he puts in a shift. Like before he got injured, he usually he runs up and down. Although he's older now, I feel
Who
like
were you speaking about, by the way? I couldn't catch on.
Garrett Bill.
Oh, Bale. Right,
Yeah,
right,
Hmm.
right.
like with Vini on the left and Garrett Bill on the right. I don't know. Benzema in the middle,
To be to
playing
be to
them.
be to be honest, we look past Rodrigo a lot, especially our podcast. We just don't give Rodrigo enough flowers, and I've honestly felt that he is a difference maker. He's much more direct. We need that directness from someone. Vinicius is not direct. Benzema is not direct. So Rodrigo needs to be that guy. Bale is sideways. Like, yeah, you can bring him on and like fill in a couple of games here and there, but he's not the solution.
Yeah,
Ultimately, he's not the
Farouk,
solution.
how many games are we talking about with Bale?
Yeah,
Max
that's
seven,
frustrating. Actually.
six
That's
on the bounce.
frustrating.
That's it. After
Six?
that, he's
That's
gone.
a little too ambitious, man.
Yeah, I'm just being generous because I love the guy.
And Bill,
He
Bill,
was,
Bill, he'll give you 6 games, and then he's gone for 20 games, and then he's back for another 6 games, and it's so on and so
yeah,
forth.
I mean, if
It's
he's
like,
gonna be
I,
back for another Champions League final to score another bicycle kick, I'm fine.
I'm down for that. Like, if
Yeah.
he's gonna, like, I'm pretty sure he's gonna get injured again. I just hope it's the timeline works just so right that he's back for a crucial quarterfinal
Dude,
or a semi-final.
what?
yeah.
Why did he not get injured for Tottenham? What was that? He was healthy for like entire loan. He did well.
Um,
Actually, he
to
was
be
injured for
honest,
a while, but then towards the end of the season, he was fit, and he kept on scoring and scoring and scoring.
also, guys, like I don't know if it is like I'm not that well versed in our training regimes. Like
Yeah,
I
me
watch
neither.
all the pre-training videos and whatnot, but it doesn't give you a clear insight of how intensively they
Yeah,
train
obviously.
inside the gym. Yeah, so I don't know. Like people have mentioned that a lot of times. Like our training regimes are sus. Like what do you guys have thought about that? Like
Yeah,
any idea?
maybe. Probably. I mean, that probably explains why our players get injured so much because like our training is too intense. And
Mm.
Jovic probably escapes from those training sessions, but what does like Hazard do? Does he get injured because he escapes those intense training sessions, or does he get injured because he goes through those training sessions? We know
You know,
he
one,
does not
one,
like
one thing I
trainings.
feel is that, apart from training, actually, the way the players look after themselves is very important. Because you can see, like, even like young players like Haaland, for example. How many times have we heard like Haaland is injured? But he
He
looks
got
after
injured
himself a lot.
just like a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, but
Yeah, I know,
Yes.
but like I mean, like he's been here. Like Haaland has been playing for how long? I think he's 21 or 22. But like he's been playing for so long.
three years
We don't
non-stop.
even,
Yeah.
we don't even know like this guy is that young, and because he doesn't get injured a lot. But like you can now like try to transfer his situation maybe to like people like Hazard or Bales or like Carvajal's and stuff
Yes.
like this. Like they get injured
Yeah.
always constantly. Like I refuse to compare with Cristiano because like Cristiano is like a freak of nature or something like this. You understand?
Mm.
But you look at these top players, like there's a difference between them and the rest. For example, even Messi. What separates Messi from these guys? It's like Messi is always there playing every day, continuously.
Mm.
Like the top players, even the players of the past, the likes of Thierry
Yeah.
Henry and so on. What separated them from the rest was that they were there always and always and always. So it's also like you're a professional, you're a top professional, and like you're like at the first tier of footballers. So I feel like you should also invest in yourself. Actually,
Yeah.
I think last year or 2 years ago, I was reading like uh, LeBron James spent I think $1 million on his self, just on his health and what he eats a year,
Yeah. Yeah.
a
That's a very
year.
well.
But the man earns more than $100 million, and he knows the only way he can earn this is by himself. Like it's through his, how can I say, uh,
Yeah.
it's through his health. Like if he's healthy, he can earn more. If he's healthy, he can earn more.
Health
So
as
it's
well.
just
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just about that. We can take Carvajal for example. Carvajal is, from the beginning he wasn't the healthiest person. I think he had some problems with his heart, and just in general, his organism is not as good as his routine requires it to be, but he just tries to push through it. But when just nature is not on your side, what are you gonna do, right? Like Carvajal tries and tries and tries, but he's still gonna get injured. He even said like in an interview that he completely changed his diet and he like eats broccoli every day or something.
Carvajal, you can see he takes care of himself. Like he's a very fit guy.
Yeah,
Like
it's just he's really unlucky. You know,
yeah.
compared to Hazard, who
Mm.
started to become unhealthy, just like Carvajal, and on top of
Mm.
that, does not take care of himself because he came to his first training sessions at Madrid just overweight.
Overweight. Yeah,
He everybody who has played with him
that's
and
no.
trained with him says he just hates training. It does not train at all. It's like he's gonna like train for like a 1 hour or 2 hours when he should train for like
People
eight, and
who
he's just
people who
gonna
don't take it seriously, man.
yeah.
Like they
And
don't they don't deserve the airtime we give them.
yeah,
Hazard especially. We shouldn't focus on him.
this all
Like fuck it.
compared to Cristiano, who you probably heard about the Evra story. After
Yeah.
Manchester United's game, he took Evra home, and it's like Evra's just starving, and okay, let's eat, and just all Cristiano brought out was a salad. They ate, and he's like, okay, let's go train now, and it's like after the game at night.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Evra's is
That's the
like, what?
thing. That's the thing. Hazard wasn't a Real Madrid signing. I'll repeat that again. It wasn't a Real Madrid signing. It wasn't a Perez signing as well. It was a Zidane signing, to be honest. And way back, I remember in my uni days, in his heyday, Hazard was a beast.
Yeah.
And even then, I remember people mentioning him to Real Madrid, him to Barcelona, him here and there, like him being linked to every major club. And I used to argue with my Chelsea mate that he seems to be all right. Like he can maybe on his day he can take a whole team on
Mm-hmm.
and win you a game single handedly. But his biggest it was constructive criticism at that point, but now it's come out to be true. Like you can play with a smile all day, man, but unless and until you dedicate your time and you know I don't think he never I think he never had the minerals to be serious enough to take his career, like if he would have done that, like imagine, man, Hazard would have been somewhere else. He would have been top 10 players of 2000 like 2010s. But because of his the latter part of the 2010s, you saw how he went all downhill. So he's like at the moment he's completely out of the conversation because of what? Because he wasn't dedicated enough. Like he didn't put his mind enough to what he does best. He got caught in like other things. I don't know, man.
Uh,
Actually, you know who also was a lazy trainer?
who?
The original Ronaldo.
Yeah,
But he
that's
could
Actually, okay, I just want to
maybe.
point something out. Actually, what
all.
actually happens is that, like, the problem about lazy trainers are this: as long as you don't get injured, you're good to go. But what happened
Yeah.
with Hazard was that he got this dream move to Real Madrid to play under his idol Zidane, and then he got
Mm.
loose. And when he got, because actually, I think if I'm not mistaken, also like Belgium had just got third place at the World Cup when he came to us as well, right? If I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. So like he
Mm.
got loose, and then like he actually he was like, I think he partied a lot or like, forgot about these things, and then he came overweight. And you know how it is with football, like if you're not in the top condition, you can easily like get injured. And then this
Mm.
happened. He was overweight, he wasn't in top condition, he got injured, and then it now became like a recursive process. Because why? This is someone who doesn't train in the first place. So he was just thinking, okay, I can get it back, I can get it back. But unfortunately, you need to shed the weight, get back in top condition, and then it comes back to you. But unfortunately, he hasn't just been able to do that. But I felt like for me, like him not being a trainer wasn't a big deal actually, because like he just like did it for fun. And really, Hazard was good, really. And also,
It was a
another
big
person
deal.
who wasn't a great trainer was Dinho, man. Dinho also just played for football for fun, and like
That's why I
Ronaldinho was
tell
one
you,
of the
bro.
best players.
Ronaldinho wouldn't work with Madrid. wouldn't work for Madrid,
Yeah,
bro. Simple as.
Farouk, so you said that
He was really good.
the
He was
Brazilian
really good.
Ronaldo was a lazy trainer, right? Yeah, that's the reason. A lot of people say that he is the best player in the history of football, but
Me
I
too.
don't agree. And I don't agree exactly because he was a lazy trainer, and then he got injured a lot, and he didn't take care of himself, and he did not reach the longevity and consistency of Ronaldo and Messi. He may have
Yeah.
been, technically just a god, but Ben Arfa had a really good peak as well, but that doesn't make him the
What
best
the
player
fuck, man?
in the history because he
It's
Are
was
we,
not
Ronaldo.
are we talking
No,
about
consistent.
Ronaldo
no,
and Ben Arfa in the same sentence, man?
no.
What are you talking
Yeah, a
Yeah,
about?
big like
it's criminal. It's criminal, but Ben Arfa was really good.
Yeah,
I've seen him.
like
He
Ben
was
We're
Arfa's
really
talking
peak
good.
was
about Ronaldo,
amazing.
like the Brazilian Ronaldo, man. You guys are talking about Ben Arfa with Ronaldo. No, man,
If
that's not the move,
if
man.
Ben Arfa had just continued to play and would have become consistent, he had a chance, but he
Ben
didn't.
Arfa's
And
Ben Arfa's peak was the same as Dimitri Payet at West Ham. Ben
nah,
Arfa at Newcastle was
nah,
same as Dimitri
nah, nah,
Payet as
nah,
West Ham.
nah, nah, no way.
Man, what are you
He
talking
was
about,
better.
man?
He was much
Really,
better.
like Ronaldo's peak is one of the best we've ever seen in football history,
No, no,
man.
you wind up people for no reason, bro. Why do you do that?
But
Why do you do that?
Wow.
like it doesn't matter what Ronaldo's peak was. He did not have the consistency that is required, in my opinion, to be the best
Mm,
player in the history of football.
yeah,
Just like Ronaldinho, I think Ronaldinho's technique was better than Ronaldo's. That's what I think. And it's just, watching Ronaldinho just is so much fun. Even like after 15 years, you check out his highlight and you know that you have already seen 100 times, and then 101st time you'll still like, what? How did he do that? But he did not keep it up like you need to keep it up to be the best player in history of football. His Barcelona years, oof, he was just amazing. But those are like a few years. Yeah, that Farouk was right. He played for fun. He did not play to become the best in history, even though he did win a Ballon d'Or,
yeah,
deservedly so. But still, nobody in history has had as much the consistency as Messi and Ronaldo, even Pele and Maradona. I mean, Pele is just a whole controversial topic, and Maradona taking care of who? Yourself? What? He was literally just on cocaine while
yeah.
playing. You know?
So
Well, actually,
that
we're
says a lot,
switching off
man.
topic here, but like what I think is that there's a recency bias here, man. Because the point is that, to be honest, like okay, for my age, I didn't watch Ronaldo a lot. For sure, I didn't watch Pele and what's he called, and Maradona. For sure, I didn't watch this guy. So like, I can't literally come and say to you, no, like Pele is better than Cristiano. Like it's impossible. Like I watched Cristiano and Messi day in day out. I watched whatever they've done. You understand? So for me, it's much more easier to say this. But I just feel like like Ronaldo defied all odds. Like Ronaldo was just like the odds were stacked against him always. This guy hadn't played for 2 years and went to the 2002 World Cup and like just I don't know, man. He obliterated everything, literally
Mm,
everything.
yeah,
So
yeah.
these are things we should because for us, like I feel, at least for my age, like I feel like for sure I will always say like Cristiano and Messi are the best players, in the history
Mm.
of football. But
I've watched Ronaldo at the 2002 World Cup. I remember. I was very young, but I remember he was something else. Like when I got older and I read that the doctors gave him no chance. They said you can't play again. I think your football career is just done and dusted. But yeah, props to him, man. He is just absolutely one of the best ever players to kick a ball. But yeah, coming to Hazard, man, like you can get away with shit like that if you're that good.
Mm.
Unfortunately, even back in his heyday, I thought, okay, Hazard is one of the best players in the world, but he is not one to be contested with, your Messi's, your Ronaldo's. The vein of form Salah is in at the moment. Suarez's peak at Liverpool. Fernando Torres's peak at Liverpool. Like, I couldn't, like, even though Hazard put up such numbers, from my eye test, I could never put him in that bracket. So I was always wary of this guy coming
I
to a
don't,
club. 'Cause
sorry, I don't get you. You're saying like Salah's peak and like Torres's peak were more than Hazard, you think? Is that why? Did I get
no,
you right?
no, I don't think. But like, just my personal
I mean,
opinion that
Torres's
like
peak was just something else.
yeah, they affected games much more than what Hazard did. Hazard did in a Chelsea system which was tailored to play around him.
Of course,
Don't you?
you play tailored around your best players, man. Even Liverpool played to fit Salah. Liverpool played to fit Fernando Torres. Like Steven Gerrard was literally always looking for Fernando Torres. But man, I don't know, man. Really, because for me, actually I remember this. We had this discussion with my brother. Like I think in 2014 or something like. When did Neymar? I think Neymar left in 2017, right, for Paris.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, actually, we were having that discussion, and he was like, he wished Neymar could come to Real and stuff like that. And I was like, instead of Neymar, I would take Hazard any day, anytime.
Oh my God. Oh
Really,
my God.
I really
Oh my
wanted
God.
Hazard to come to
Oh
Real a
my
lot,
God.
but unfortunately, man, shit
No, what
happened.
do you think about that? No, what do you think about that?
No,
What do you think?
no, just no.
Yeah.
That's it. No. What do you
Man, Hazard.
guys think about? A little segue here. What do you think about Falcao?
At Rayo, right?
So he was really really good, and now he's
He's been
old.
good.
He traveled around the world basically. He came back to help out. I don't know. It was to help out Rayo. To just that was the only team he could get into. Both, but he
It's so
is.
sad, man. Imagine seeing Falcao wearing number 3 at the back. That was nightmare, fuel for me because number 3 is worn by defenders.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He wore number 3 for Rayo. But still, man, top finisher. What do you think?
he scored
He's gonna
against
be a threat.
Barca.
Yeah, he scored against Barca. Actually, I felt like, like I don't know, I just felt like something happened, like the transfer to Monaco was the wrong one. And then from there, it just, actually he had some good seasons at Monaco, and then he went to Chelsea and United, and both were shit. But like
Yeah,
like the Falcao we remember is the one who scored 4 goals against Chelsea in the Super Cup, I think in 2013, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah,
The
yeah. For Atleti.
the Falcao I remember also, like I was in high school then, actually, there was a game against
Eh,
us. I think he scored
Falcao was
twice
the
against
guy who
us.
scored. Sorry. Go on.
Yeah, I said
Sorry.
I remember. I think I'm not sure, but I think I was in high school, and then I think 2013, something like this, or 12.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I think there was a game we were in the boarding house. He scored 2 against us, or something like this. That's the Falcao. Like we try to
Do you
remember.
know what game that was? I remember because it's planted in my brain. I was horrified because it was Simeone's first season, and not first season. I think Simeone's third season or something. But Mourinho's last season, I was fed up with the guy. Like it was so toxic. We couldn't win to save our lives, and we got handed a final at the Bernabeu for the Copa del Rey, and it was Falcao who killed us. So I remember him and I respect him a lot. He is a top finisher, top class striker.
Falcao is kind of like Zlatan to me, you know. They could have just stuck to a European giant, and
Yeah,
have been probably one of the best strikers in history. Some still consider Zlatan to be one of the best
Zlatan is
strikers.
far more consistent than
Yeah,
Falcao.
yeah, for
Don't you
sure.
think?
But I think when Falcao was in Atleti, he was just something else. He was just scary, and players like him often just go to wrong clubs at the wrong time and just destroy their careers because at like basically 2013 you would not think Falcao would become this. Like, not many people really talk about Falcao anymore. He's old, but like
Yeah.
after he left Atletico, basically
Yeah.
just everyone stopped talking about Falcao because he was not showing up anywhere. pretty much. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's it. Other than Falcao, what do we have to be scared about from Rayo? I mean,
They have
they're
they have a
pretty good, pretty solid for a.
they're pretty good. They're pretty good.
They just climbed out of the second division, and they are still. I mean, not
They're
still.
fifth,
They
right?
are sixth in the league.
Six, and there you go.
Yeah, I mean, Bilbao has to play, and they can overtake if they win. But at the very least, after Bilbao plays, they will end up seventh. And for a team that just went out of the second division, that is
Yeah.
really really good.
They have they have few good players, man, and they also have one of our very own.
Oh
They
no.
have Lucas Zidane. Do you guys know
Ah,
that?
yeah. The
Yeah.
goalkeeper. Yeah. I remember
Yeah.
Zidane. He was in just never. I mean, I remember him from
He
FIFA
got
because
sent off or
he was
something.
there in
He got sent
substitutes.
off, I think, couple of match days ago. I think he got sent off, Lucas Zidane.
Is he gonna be playing against us?
No.
Oh,
But the
good
people he
because he would probably score even if he's a goalkeeper.
okay. Okay, yeah, that was a good one. But let me tell you guys, like they have got some good players, man. Like I am a huge fan of Isi Palazon, if I am not wrong, that's how it's pronounced, I think. Isi, he's a bald guy. He plays in the right of a midfield three, and he's pretty good. He's electric. He is really quick. He can pick a pass. He can score goals. So yeah, like if our midfield doesn't fix up, man, like it's gonna be peak on Saturday, and we need every point we can get. We can't afford to drop points. Like we can see
Yeah,
Barcelona is down and out. Atleti is slacking and whatnot, but we just need to just grind out games. Like even if it's just 1-0, 2-1, 2-0, we just need to get there and grab the 3 points and run.
yeah. I agreed. I think the next game we're gonna see Camavinga starting. Uh, Instead of Modric. Other than that,
Mm.
everyone's gonna be the same, probably. Maybe Vasquez will be playing as a right back, but probably not. That's all the rotation.
Yeah, I think Rodrigo is not back as well, right?
No,
No.
no.
Yeah. So
After the international break.
yeah, so I
Yeah.
expect maybe Vasquez to keep his position as well. Vasquez Carvalho
Mm.
on the right wing.
Benzema will start. Vinicius will
Oh
start.
yeah,
Casemiro.
I completely forgot about Rodrigo. Yeah, Lucas will not start as a right back. He will probably basically the same
Since we are
formation
on the
except
topic,
Modric will be on the bench and Camavinga will be starting.
no, since we're on the topic, like I know we have to wrap up soon, but I needed to get your guys' opinion on Mendy, man. Like I love the guy. He is a rock. He's an absolute wall on our left side, and he helps Vinicius do his thing. But man, like he got to contribute a lot more, like giving him options going forward. Don't you think? Like it's
Uh,
very lackluster,
Yeah, for
very lackluster.
sure. But as long as Vinicius does his thing, you just as long as Mendy does not mess up in defense and he stays as solid as he is, I'm just fine with him doing what he's doing right now. J- uh, Only when things are set up like this, Vinicius is doing really well in attack and Mendy is doing really well in defense. In that
Mm.
matter, just fine. Yeah, of course it'd be better if he, became a better in attacking, but he's a more defensive-minded left back, and we have been basically having Coentrao, Marcelo, and Roberto Carlos as our last three important left backs, and they're all attack-minded left backs. So we're kind of not used to having a defensive-minded one. But as long as he defends the way he does, I'm fine with it. If he becomes a better attacker, that's just amazing though.
Yeah, but in my opinion, man, he needs to step up offensively. Like once you come up against teams that's gonna peg you back, especially down the wings,
Mm.
we need his like he needs to learn to play the ball out better.
I mean,
I hope he can do that.
Carlo taught
Mm.
Vinicius how to attack. Maybe he can do the same with Mendy.
Yeah, actually,
I
but I
hope.
think the point now is about we talked about it already. Like we have a very very fragile midfield. So if like he
Yeah,
starts to attack a lot, there's gonna be a lot of empty space for people to exploit. A lot of empty space, man.
Mm.
I don't know, man. So I
but
just feel maybe as Ronaldo said, like that makes a lot of sense. For him to just maintain
but
that.
don't you think? But don't you think much more like even Carvajal, man? Carvajal, unfortunately, in my opinion, he doesn't have the legs anymore like he used to. So it limits him a lot. Carvajal is more about bursts of acceleration, taking on man. But in my opinion, our wing backs, if they can pass the press better, our midfield would be better off. I get
I
your
mean,
point that they're staying back to support the midfield and whatnot, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Carvajal is much better as an attacker than
Yeah,
Mendy
for
is.
sure, man. One
Yeah, yeah,
billion
for sure.
percent. 1,000,000%.
For
1,000,000.
sure,
Like
for sure.
that's why last game
Mm.
against Shakhtar, in the first half, most attacks came from our right side because of Carvajal.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah.
always does a way better job in attack than Mendy does, but
Mm.
he also did have the assist on the most beautiful goal in Real Madrid's history.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So
yeah,
I get it. I get it. He can do a job, but yeah, our wing backs, like with how modern football is, man. Like I feel like if our wing backs are elite, like we stand a really good chance. Proper wing backs, really good, exceptional wing backs can cover so many holes. Like paper over so many cracks, especially in midfield. If our wing backs are like proper, bad boys. So. Yeah, I predict, like, what do you guys predict? I predict a 2-0 narrow win, and I hope we get the job done.
I'm gonna say a 1-0 win.
1-0 win, eh?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
3-1.
3-1, eh?
Yeah,
At
3-1.
home. No, it's away. Is it away or is it home?
It's
It's at home.
home.
It's home.
It's home.
Actually, this is I fear playing at home, man. It seems like we I don't know. There's just something about us playing at home in front of the fans. Like we're kind of
Yeah. The fans
shaking.
have so much expectation. Like they just get bummed out after seeing players being so static. I was literally screaming at the screen because players aren't moving, man. Like unless and until you run into space and like provide an option to pass, like where's the ball gonna go apart from backways and sideways? So
Actually, also, like it's when the teams come to the Bernabeu like these days, they just camp 10 players behind the ball. It's much more difficult. But
obviously,
when you go away,
obviously,
because also they have the pressure of playing in front of their fans, they also have to be like
yeah,
enter. They
yeah,
have to go once in a while at least, and then during that once in a while, we can get chances. But man, anyways, man, let's see. I hope we have a good one on Saturday.
yeah. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Yep.
Yeah.
So in that case, that is a wrap. We will be back after uh, the Rayo
Rayo game.
game,
Rayo game.
and during the international break, we may have a couple of episodes about just random Real Madrid stuff. Talk about a lot of stuff. Maybe we'll see. Probably though. Anyways,
Yeah.
good luck to Real Madrid on Saturday, I think it is.
If we get the job
And
done.
good luck to
Get the job done, boys.
yeah, all of you. Have a nice weekend. Have a good rest of the week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye. Hala Madrid.
Listen up. Al Madrid.
Madrid.